Okay, good evening, everyone. Hope you're doing well. JP Costa here, coming to you live from Cape Town. And if you're logging in on the call this evening for the first time, welcome on the call. We're obviously going to be putting this presentation onto our Facebook group as well, so people can actually access it a lot later. So just a little bit about myself before I get into just the agenda for this evening. So I've been part of Manatech for next month will be 12 years. So I've obviously been around the block with this company. I've been through the good, the bad, and the ugly, if I can share with you all that. And I think for me, one of the things I love the most about being part of this company is that it's a company of destiny. It's a legacy company. So we're going to get a little bit into the facts a little bit later on. But, I'm obviously extremely excited about this because it's really something that's making a massive difference in people's health and obviously in people's finances. And as some of you might know, that 96% of people that lie awake at night are worrying about two things: their health and their finances. So if we can really help people with those two biggest concerns that people have, I really feel it's the perfect business to be involved in. And especially in the times we're finding ourselves in right now, where people are looking for additional income streams, people are looking for doing something from home. It's really that what we're busy with at the moment is really going to become a lot more part of the future. And I've always shared with people that I think it's so important that you've got to dig your well before you're thirsty. And, imagine if you sort of built this type of business over the last 10 years or 5 years, and it amazes me when I'm looking at the times we're in it right now, is just to realize how many people are just dependent on one source of income. And I feel for me, that's why this Manatech opportunity is so exciting, because number one, you're part of a legitimate company that's going to be around for a long time. And so just to give you a little bit about how this evening is going to work. So what we're going to do is we're going to have 3 or 4 people just briefly share why they're part of this company, why they're excited about it. And then we're going to have a speaker just go through the product in just basic detail about what the product's all about. And then I'll quickly run through the business plan and a few facts about the company as well. So just before we start, just something I want to share as well. And I shared this on a conference call I did today, actually, with an interview I was doing with a speaker. And it's, 10, 15 years ago, when you spoke to people about you've got a home-based business, people laughed at you. And I mean, if you look at where we are right now, I mean, this is really going to become the future, that a lot more people are going to be working from home. But I want to encourage you that if you are looking, that this is such an exciting time to get involved with this company because of the global expansion the company is doing, the compensation plan we've got, the products we've got that are really life-changing, and so forth. So it's really exciting, and I'm really excited about this evening. We've got some exciting speakers on. And so what we're going to do is, first off, we're going to have Tertius and Zandra are going to share who are brand new goal directors. I think I've only even met them twice in my life. So it's great to have them part of our company. And they literally started last month, and they were just short of executive directors. So they're really are making a massive impact and helping a lot of people. So I've asked them this evening just to quickly share about why they're part of this. So both of them are going to share. So this should work. Let me just quickly put this on to them. Okay, so that's just, I'm not sure if you or Zandra is going to share first, but but over to you. Just remember to unmute yourself because you're still muted.
Is it? Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, cool. Thanks, JP. Firstly, we would just like to thank our upline, JP Costa and Peter and Sulani Lau, for this incredible opportunity. So Tertius and I have been working together in the property industry for just over a year now, and we really experienced that working together as a couple makes a phenomenal difference. So I'm actually a qualified nursing sister, so I've always been very interested in the health and wellness industry. That's why Manatech was so appealing to me. So I love their products, and I love the science behind their products as well. And I've actually got a great testimonial myself. So I've struggled with severe IBS for many years now. And I've been using Ambritos and GI Pro Balance for just over 6 weeks. And I can assure you my IBS is really not a problem anymore. So for all the people out there tonight and for everyone on the call, I really believe that Manatech will change your lives just as it changed ours. So Tertius is very interested in the business plan. So he'll share the business plan story.
Hi, good evening, gents. From my side, I'm Tertius Joubert. For more than 13 years, I'm in the property business. I've got my own franchise, Rawsford Properties in Wellington. And I actually got introduced by JP 12 years ago, actually at a friend of mine's house in Wellington, Teenstorfberg. I think I was about 25, 24 years old. But that time I was quite young, so I wasn't really into, obviously, the business by that time. And so I got involved in property for 13 years, very successful, and I'm quite happy about it, and I'm humble about it. And so a friend of mine, Peter Lowe, actually moved. I was in school with him, moved to Wellington 3 years ago. And we actually just touched base and, just picked up everything after school. And during this lockdown period, obviously I'm in the real estate, so we level 2. I just actually phoned Peter. I said, listen, we basically got nothing to do at home. I know Manatech. I've known Manatech for 12 years. And Peter got me hooked up. From my side, obviously, I was looking at the business model. How does it work? My wife more into the products, but obviously I'm also educating myself into the products at the moment. So I'm learning every day. And for me, myself, we've got Peter and JP is helping us a lot. So whenever you've got a question, it's more kind of a teamwork than you on your own. So we've got the people helping you. So whenever you've got a client struggling with something or want to know about a product, then you basically just a call away or WhatsApp voice note away. So and I think what we achieved in this month for not earning an income, we are really happy what we achieved, and I think we can achieve a lot more. So I'm very excited about what's ahead of us. And I encourage everybody that's on the call tonight, this is really a team effort. You're not alone. And I think if you're really serious about it, you will definitely get where you want to be. So enjoy the call further. And thank you very much, JP.
Awesome. Okay, sorry, I hope you guys can hear me. There we go. Okay, awesome, man. Well done. That was great to have you guys share for the first time. Tash, I actually forgot about that. I showed a plan many, many years ago. I think I was 22 at the time, and you were at that presentation. I don't think we remembered each other from then, but I think you obviously remembered Manatech and so forth. So also quite an important lesson, that things, people's circumstances change, and at certain times, you might not be open to the opportunity, but maybe a year or two later, the timing's a bit better. So for me, always very important to keep relationships with people, because circumstances change, and it's been great to obviously have them on board. They really are growing really quickly, and obviously making a big impact for a lot of people. So next up, we're going to have Gerald. So I hope, Gerald, you can, hope this is, if you can maybe just, I can't see you at the moment. Let me just change the view here. Okay, there you go. Okay, I just want to unmute Gerald quickly. Okay. And just unmute yourself, Gerald, then you're good to go. I just want to quickly change this to spotlight video. Okay, great. Awesome.
Okay, I think can everybody hear me? I think it looks like
yes.
Yeah, I'm unmuted.
We can hear you now. Yes.
Yeah, so fantastic. Thanks, JP. Hi, everybody.
Gerald, just before I get you get going, Gerald, just a little bit about Gerald. So I've known Gerald also for a very, very long time. He's the executive director in Manatech. So he's obviously also been with this company for a few months now. So I've obviously asked Gerald just to share a little bit about why they're involved, and why he's excited about this. And also being a physiotherapist, it's obviously he's got a lot of experience with with the health and wellness industry.
Yeah, thanks, JP. It's such a privilege to be able to share, and thank you to everybody who's on the call. So my relationship with JP goes back a very long time. I was the physiotherapist with UCT and with Bishops while JP was a scholar and he was a student at UCT. And I actually remember the year where JP was actually introduced to Manatech, and over the years we kept in touch, and just like Tash, a couple of years passed, and you know, JP and I always kept in contact, and I was always amazed, you know, that JP was still involved and it was going well. And I mean, JP's a humble guy, so he never ever spoke about what he was achieving. And I think it's only now that I've been with the company for 8 months that I can actually see how well he's done. But I'm very thankful that he kept in touch with me, because, you know, I'm married with 2 little children, and I'm sure, like many of you, I mean, I'm in an industry where you're selling time, and not only just with lockdown, but it's quite difficult to be selling time, and it's not a lucrative industry. I mean, I do what I do because I want to help people, and you've got to be very careful about who and what you align yourself with, because you can lose credibility quite quickly. And yeah, about a year ago, I decided to downscale my practice and just focus on myself. It was very difficult to find other people work, and I've been, you know, in the industry for almost 20 years now. But my goal was to start looking after my clients better and more holistically. And fortuitously, JP and I met again, and I thought, okay, I'm finally in a better place to hear some more. And it's just been a really wonderful, like, 8 months, you know. I'm so thankful to JP and to Gabby Bailey, who will probably be sharing after me. Just like Tertius was saying, it's just an incredible team effort. You know, this is the kind of company where there's no effort from my side to have to stay on the cutting edge of the wellness industry. You know, the company is doing that on my behalf or for me. I just get the privilege of going on the journey with them. And as I've got to know the products, and as I have experienced the products for myself, and also being able to see the effects of the products on the people that I care about, my patients, my family, yeah, it's just been incredible. And the longer I'm in the business, the easier it is to actually share the product, to talk about the business, because it has so much integrity, it has so much credibility. You know, you look at the research. I mean, that's something that I looked at. I remember being in the master's program. You know, we looked at supplementation, and sure, you see all the smoke and mirrors, but this is very different. And I took my time in joining, because I am I'm very cautious by nature. But what I've learned, it's been wonderful being in team with JP and Gabby. As I said, I've learned an incredible amount, not only about the products, but also about business. And the system that Manatech uses is just incredible. You know, in my industry, I've tried to have consumables in my practice which would be there to help clients, and the thing is, you know, you often spending a lot of money, and you know, your stock sits there. But you know, the online system, the access to information, like Tash has mentioned as well, you know, my upline, Gabby and JP, are literally a WhatsApp or a voice note or a telephone call away, and you know, help and assistance is there really quickly. You know, even dealing with the Manatech call center in Johannesburg, they're super efficient, and they make being involved really, really easy. So if you have made the decision or are making the decision to join, yeah, it really is fantastic. This company is full of really amazing people, and I intend sticking this out and being involved for a very long time. So thanks for giving me the opportunity to share, JP.
Okay, awesome, Gerald. Thank you very, very much, man. I appreciate that. So yeah, I think it's been a great session this evening so far. So it's nice just to hear different people share their experience so far. And I think, obviously everyone is obviously probably edifying me because I obviously asked them to speak. But there's obviously a lot of people that are involved and a lot of people that are making a massive contribution. So next up, I'm going to ask Peter to share. So I just want to quickly find Peter over here. He should be somewhere. Oh, here he is. So Peter's going to share next. And okay, there you are, Peter. So Peter, obviously I've known for a very long time. Him and I actually played a bit of rugby together. I was never as good as he was. He was always my hero when I was at school because we always used to lose against him. But yeah, Peter was a professional rugby player for a long time. Played for the Stormers. He actually played with my younger brother Nick. And I think him and I went once on the SA and the 21 camp together. I never made the side, of course. He was injured and he still made the side. but now we're obviously doing great things together with in the Manatic business to make a difference, a sustainable difference in people's lives, And yeah, Peter is also just he's a very good friend and we've come a long way. So I'm excited to hear you share this evening, Peter. So over to you.
Thanks, James. Everyone can hear me, eh?
Yes, we can hear you.
Cool. Yeah, first and foremost, thanks so much, JP. I'm going to come to you now. But yeah, Gerald and Tarsis and Zon, it's always nice just sitting and listening to people's stories, eh? They say in our industry that facts tell, but stories sell. And I think that's always nice, sitting and just listening to people, what they are experiencing in the business and also experiencing in the product. So about 9 years ago, I think 2011, I was still part of the Stormers in the Western Province and the Newlands setup. And I would never forget it. We had an evening, we were still in Loft. We played the Bulls at Loftus. JP came to visit Nick. And we started chatting. And the next week, JP said, Peter, listen, here's a CD, 2 CDs. That evening, I watched the CDs because I wasn't really sure about what's going to happen with my contract. And people are worried about COVID now in the sense of the economy problems. But you know what? I was already experiencing that economy problems at Western Province at 2010, 2011. So I would never forget that evening. JP gave me 2 DVDs. I don't even think YouTube and those stuff then existed. Anyway, so I watched the 2 DVDs and I'm telling you guys now, it literally changed my life. In that evening, it was like I couldn't believe what this guy is talking about, this product, telling what this product can do to the body. Then after watching that, my wife went to bed. She slept. She couldn't handle my excitement. Then I went into the business and I was like, man, I need to take this to the world. So from there onwards, it was just an unbelievable journey. Me and JP, we've been working together for what's now 9 years. Next year will be 10. And guys, I just want to say it's probably one of the most amazing companies. It is probably the most amazing company. I've seen a lot in this past 9 years, not only in Manatic, in other industries as well. Network marketing is a powerful business model, but Manatic in itself is something that we can get excited about. The company is busy with amazing stuff, amazing technologies, amazing products. We are busy with this, building new organizations, exposing more people to this product, to this opportunity. And people are so hungry to actually get this information to them. I always say this to my team, and I would share this with you guys as well. No one's going to stand in the street saying, listen here, guys, please help me. I don't have any money. Or please help me. I'm looking for a product that can give me better health. So this is what I call the gospel of health and wellness, health and wealth. We are taking this opportunity to people, and Manatic has just blessed us with this incredible vehicle. So, I just want to encourage everyone. Let's go out there. Let's go and change people's lives. Let's go and recreate massive teams and be patient. Like JP always says, just keep on pushing. That's what we want to say. Just keep on pushing. Be the best you can be. Go through the numbers. Share this with people, because it's not like people are really in a desperate need of extra income and also of health. So we are sitting with something that will change people's lives. So JP, thank you so much. Our family, we love you so much. We love you dearly. We're learning so much from you. We've learned so much, and we're still going to learn a lot. And yeah, let's take this out to the world and let's change people's lives. Thank you so much, guys.
Awesome, Peter. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate those kind words. And yeah, super excited to see what you and Solani have really in the last 2 months really taken off massively. It's amazing just to see how many people you're getting on the product and the difference you're making. And I can see a few of those people on the call this evening also. I would have loved to have them share, and I'm sure we'll get them to share in the next week or two. But they're also absolutely exploding. So well done. So next up, I'm going to ask Gabby Bailey to share. And Gabby, yeah, I know obviously you've known Gabby also not for a very long time, for but probably around almost a year now. And I was a client of hers, and we got chatting about, I don't even know what we got chatting about, but we sort of just built a relationship, and I started talking to her about what I did, and I'm incredibly grateful to have her on board. I think she's a massive asset to this company. She's so teachable, and I think for me, it's always great to work with someone that's willing to learn and wants to better themselves and wants to get ahead. And so yeah, I mean, Gabby, so basically, I'm going to have you share this evening, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to change things around a little bit. Because I know, so you can actually just do the first, all the first slides, and then I'll do the last slides instead of me going. Are you fine with that, or is that fine?
I'm going to do product because you're the side of things, and I've set up. Can you hear me? Can you hear? Yeah, my microphone's on.
So what are we going to do? Just to everyone on the call. So what I'll do is I'm gonna get Gabby to do the product slides. So just so you don't get confused. Gabby's on her computer, she's gonna do the product slides, and then I'm gonna do the business slides, but I might just flick through her product slides very quickly to get back, because it's sort of a little bit split up with the company and the compensation plan. So Gabby's also a kinesiologist, so she's also been in health and wellness for many years. So actually not many years because she's still young, but she's been in health and wellness for quite some time. So over to you, Gabby.
Thank you, JP. And it really is such a pleasure and an honor to be invited to speak this evening. As JP mentioned to you, I met JP just under a year ago. He came to see me for a couple of kinesiology sessions. And, you know, really, I'm not a salesperson. I'm not. I'm a homebody. I work from home. I've got my practice from home, and I'm very happy with my clients coming in one at a time. And then I send them on their way, and I hope for an improvement. And I've, as a health practitioner, I have never backed a product. I've never found one that I feel I can back with integrity. And so when JP came along and after a couple of sessions started talking about Manitech and in particular Ambrotose, and he also mentioned that it was a multi-level marketing company, I was like, oh, not so sure. You know, I had all those reservations that everybody else has about multi-level marketing companies, pyramid schemes. But I just thought, you know, what JP had told me about glyconutrition made sense to me. There were parts that had eluded in my studying that had alluded to it, and I'd never really understood it. So I thought, well, let me try the product. And if there's any benefit or any improvement, then I'll look at it more. And, you know, you don't know what you don't know. I thought I was relatively healthy, but I kind of guess I didn't realize how much energy I was lacking until I had been taking Ambrotose for about 2 weeks. All of a sudden, I didn't need to climb back into bed once I'd taken the kids to school for an extra hour's nap. I was sleeping better at night, which means I had the energy to see me through the rest of the day. I didn't have that sugar slump at 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon. All of a sudden, and I was a lot less ratty with the kids. So, you know, so for me, that's big, profound differences that resulted from taking 2 capsules a day for 2 weeks. And I just thought that there really is something in this. And that is how I got involved with Manitech. So it started just with me. But then I just do have to share this testimonial because it's very, very close to my heart. I've got an older brother who is about just nearly 47, and he's Down syndrome. And generally people with that condition don't live, you know, much past their mid-50s. And my brother, about 2 years ago, started battling with non-specific seizures. And it's normal, it's to be expected. But what was very disturbing for my mother was that during the night, he would have these, what they call myoclonic jerks. They're kind of like involuntary seizures. They and each one does a little bit more damage to the neurological system. And so I've told my mother she has to try this product, the Manopol, not the Ambrotose, the Manopol, which is the flagship product. And he's been on it for about 4 or 5 months solidly now, and his myoclonic seizures have all but stopped. And they cannot put that down to the medication he's been on for the last 4 or 5 years, because that hasn't changed. The only thing that's changed is he's taking the Manopol. So I'm going to take you, so for me, that's a testimonial that I love to share. It's one that I can share from my heart. It's authentic, it's real, and it really is changing not only my brother's life, but also our family who love him and support him so much. So what I'm going to do is I'm also going to screen share quickly, if you don't mind. Would I do that? Okay, I'm going to screen share, and I'm going to take you through the products presentation. Can you guys all see that screen? JP? Yeah, I think you can. Okay, so in the stable of Manatech products, we have got 4 silos. In fact, there's a 5th silo that's recently been added, but that only has 1 product. But I'm going to focus on the 4 silos. In fact, I'm actually going to focus really just on the integrative health and the targeted health. So the integrative health is really the products that you need just to maintain optimal health. If you're healthy and you want to optimize that, you'll look to integrative health. The targeted health silo is for specific problems, gut problems, cardio problems, arthritis, and each of these products in the integrative health and the targeted health silos are developed to support the various systems in our body. And there are many of them. The main ones are, I think, digestive, circulatory, cardiac, respiratory, skeletal systems, neurological systems. So everything in those 2 silos, there's something for everyone. And for pretty much every condition. I've never had a client come to me, or anybody, a friend or a family member, say, you know, I'm battling with something and there isn't something in the stable of products that I can't recommend to them, and they won't see a good result. Then there are the other 2 silos, which is weight loss, weight management and fitness. And the 4th silo is skincare. Now, what sets all of these products apart from any of the other supplements, weight, fitness, and skincare products out there is, let me just try, sorry, we're busy sliding slides here, is the glyconutrient offering. Sorry, I don't know what's going on here. Is the glyconutrient offering. Okay, so where Manatech sets itself apart from everybody else is that it pins its hat on glyconutrition. They brought the term glyconutrition to the market 25 odd years ago. They were the pioneers and the discoverers of glycans and the benefit of glycans in the body, and the role that it plays in the body. And so really what glycans do, they surround every single cell in our body to give the body and feed those cells what they need in order for the body to heal itself. So, you know, you've got your medical products, and absolutely Western medicine has its place, but medicine treats the body symptomatically. So you get an overnight response, maybe a couple of days, and your symptoms have all but disappeared. But what that hasn't done, they haven't addressed the root problem. Whereas what glycans do, they work at a cellular level. So whatever issue you're looking at, you can support it with glyconutrition, and it will support the body at a cellular level and give those cells what they need in order to communicate effectively. And when you've got cells that are communicating properly with each other, you'll have healthy cells, which means healthy tissues, which is healthy organs, bones, and the rest of your body will be healthy. In terms of the rest of the kind of pegs that this company can pin themselves on, the products are all NSF certified for purity and safety. Basically, that means that pill for pill, part for part, what you get in one tab or even in one capsule of Manatech's products, it will be standardized across the range. It's not just, okay, well, let's put a bunch of ingredients in and let's spread it out amongst the pots and the pills. It is standardized. So you can be rest assured that if it says you're getting 200–300% of your vitamin A, B, and C, and that is in fact what you're getting. We have done 17 human clinical studies, placebo-controlled, peer-reviewed, and not many other supplement companies can make that claim. For me, it's vitally important. You know, you want something that you can kind of say, listen, we've done our homework. It has the results, and we can actually make these claims because we've done the studies, the scientific studies. It's part of the Banatech's part of the Global Scientific Advisory Board, which is made up of doctors and scientists. And in fact, the brains behind Banatech, Dr. Steve Nugent, heads up the Global Scientific Advisory Board. So that's a huge feather in our cap. And also what's very, very important in terms of business sustainability, and JP will cover this more, is that this range of the Banatech products within the stable have been issued over, I think this is a bit outdated, so it's over 140 patents. So it's any company out there would be very hard pressed to try and duplicate what we have here. You know, you don't want to be building a business that in a couple of months or even years from now, somebody can duplicate the technology and essentially the product and offer it to people and take away business from you in doing so. So in the stable of products, we have what we call our core 6 products. And I'm going to quickly take you through those briefly. And there's, like I say, there's something here that will support every system of the body. One of the flagship products, I've mentioned this earlier, is the Ambitose. And this is basically our pure glyconutrient offering. There's nothing else in it other than glyconutrients. So it's 100% plant-based. And as you can see over here, it improves and supports a number of systems in our body, from cellular communication, neurological support, memory, attentiveness, cognitive function, digestive system, improves mood, irritability, and I'm sure a whole lot more as well. But because this is the product that feeds the body at a cellular level, this is the product that will give you that overall sense of well-being. From an associate's point of view, and particularly with associates that are starting out, one of the first questions is, I don't know what product to recommend for somebody. And you know what, when everybody starts out, they don't know, because there's a whole lot of products and you learn as you go along. But I've always say, when in doubt, Ambitose. It's just something that supports everything in your body. So if you find yourself on the spot, you'll never be doing the wrong thing by just recommending the Ambitose to someone. Then the next product is the Phytomatrix. And this is the vitamin mineral supplement. It's got phytochemicals, it's got amino acids. And why they've done this is because, you know, glycans are one type of nutrient in our body, but we all have to admit we need our vitamins and our minerals. But 95% of the vitamin and mineral supplements out on our market today are not plant-based. They're not 100% natural. They have synthetic byproducts in them, like petroleum, coal tar, rock limestone, metal shavings, as it says there. And on top of that, the farming and harvesting and food storage practices that our foods have to endure before they get to our shelves, into our fridges, and literally into our bodies, completely strip our foods of vital nutrients and minerals. So fortunately and unfortunately, our diets aren't what they were 80 odd years ago. And supplementation is no longer considered a luxury or something that's optional. It's something that we all actually have to do in order to maintain and optimize health. So what it says over here, it's 100% food-based, nothing synthetic in there. It's real food technology that's backed by science and in its most stable natural form, which is the way the body is supposed to get them. The next 2 products, okay, so we're going to look here at the plus. So our body on a chemical level is made up of over 96 hormones. And one of these little hormones begins to act out and it affects everything else. When you start taking one synthetic hormone because, I don't know, maybe your thyroid needs support or you're going through menopause, the minute you start playing around with that very delicate balance in your body, it has a knock-on effect on all the other hormones in our body. So what Plus is, it's also a 100% plant-based natural product that offers plant sterols, which are plant hormones, and amino acids. And the plant hormones, interestingly enough, support the hormones in the human body. And this isn't just something for women. Men have hormones too. And often once a man gets over 65 years old, they really need to look after their hormones as well. This is the Plus, incidentally, is one of the top selling products for a very, very long time in Manatech. And it's not just, well, because it works with our hormones, it's very much a happy pill. You have to come to one of Manatech's meetings just to see, physical meetings where we all actually get together, and you see people walking around, they all look very happy. And invariably they're on the Plus. Then the next product is the Ambritose AO. AO stands for antioxidant. Now, every single day, whether we are aware of it or not, whether we do it intentionally or not, we are exposing our body to an insane amount of toxins, you know, be it in the air we breathe or the purified water that we drink out of our, you know, out of our taps at home. Even if it's filtered, it's still got pesticides in it. Processed foods, the chemicals, the deodorants, the perfumes that we put on our bodies, even the washing detergent that we wash our clothes with. You know, you put those clothes on your body, and the parabens and the synthetic ingredients and the softeners are wreaking havoc on our hormones in our bodies. So Ambritose antioxidant is basically an oxidant which fights the free radicals and the toxins in our body. So it helps us detoxify our body more effectively. Because it's an antioxidant, it's also an anti-aging. And this is one of the products that has gone through extensive clinical trials and has been proven to be very, very effective in fighting oxidative stress in our bodies. This, you know, I go through all of these, I say they're all my favorite products, but I think if I had to choose one, I would probably choose this one, just because it's got the Ambritose in it, which is vitally important. But just in taking your 2 tablets a day of this product, it's because it's made from plants, and it's all those vital nutrients and vitamins and minerals as well. It's actually the equivalent, 2 tablets is the equivalent of eating 5 to 7 vegetables a day. So this is one product that I absolutely love. Then let me move down. The last 2 products I'm going to be talking about is the omega-3 with vitamin D3 and the GI Pro Balance. Now, the omega-3 is also an amazing product. Being omega-3 and vitamin D3, it fights inflammation in our body. It's an essential fatty acid. The omega-3 oils, people often have a concern around the ratio of the EPA and DHA oils. This has been optimally crafted so that you've got the optimal ratio. A very interesting fact here is that most omegas that are on our shelves are sourced from salmon and other oily fish that are quite toxic. And if they've been farmed, then their oils are full of antibiotics as well. Our omega oil is sourced from anchovies. Now, anchovies are quite small fish, and they don't grow very big. They grow to their mature size very, very quickly. So they don't actually have that long growth period where they get to absorb all the toxins in the water. Coupled with that, they are sourced from the very clean, deep, cold waters of Peru, which has that very cold current that flushes all the toxins out. So it's harvested from the cleanest waters, and it's also a very, very pure oil. This is only an omega-3. We do not need to get much more on. I think our diets are if we have too much omega-6. We can possibly, omega-9, we can possibly, a teaspoon of olive oil every single day will be sufficient. Omega-6, but omega-3 is where we really are lacking. And then vitamin D3 is our sunshine vitamin. And this is also very vitally important for fighting inflammation in our body. And then the final product, which is also one of my favorites, is the GI Pro Balance. And we all know that the mesenteric lining in our gut has a vast amount of neurons in it. It's being kind of argued that it has more than the amount of neurons than we do in our brain, and undoubtedly it's where our immune system is located. If our gut is healthy, we'll be healthy. And basically what the GI Pro Balance does, it's a probiotic, but on top of that, it's also a prebiotic, and prebiotics are very, very important because they feed the probiotics. So by the time the product gets to you and you open it and put it into your body, it wouldn't, the live active probiotics would still be alive, and your body will be able to utilize them properly. It restores balance to the intestinal flora, and it supports and replenishes good bacteria levels in your body. And like it says over here, it also contains the beneficial probiotics. There is no other product out there that I am aware of that is a pre and probiotic in one, and that is being crafted to work with each other synergistically in one product. So that's pretty awesome as well. And those are the 6 products that I wanted to talk to you about. They are the core products. They're not the only products. There are a whole lot more as well. And so when you're recommending something to somebody, generally, if they are generally healthy, but they want to optimize their health, so we're not looking specifically at targeted problems, would definitely look in the stable of products here and make a recommendation here to start. They can do all of them, brilliant. You'll have a very healthy person on your hand, but also when in doubt, Ambritos. And that's all from me. Thanks, JP.
Awesome, Gabby. Thank you very, very much. Yeah, I mean, it's just great to always be reminded of what these products do for people. And I just want to encourage you, if you're on the call, get onto the manipul.com website or get onto our group. We've got some incredible videos there that you can work through. We've got doctors and scientists that explain this in a lot more detail. And I think one of the things where a lot of people sort of can sometimes tend to get not confused, but sort of people feel that they need to know everything about the product before they get going. And you really don't need to know everything. You are the messenger, you're not the message. So what I'm going to do is just a quick screen share. So, okay, so I just want to do a quick screen share. I hope you can all see this. So just basically, we're just going to run through a few facts about the company, and then we're going to go straight into the compensation plan. I'd like to have this presentation done in the next 7 minutes. So just a few things I want to share with all of you. So Manatic specifically Manatic is a legacy company. What do I mean by that? It's a company. It's not a fly-by-night company. I mean, we've been in business for, since 1994. I mean, so that's more than 26 years that we've been in business. I mean, that's incredible. I mean, to be in business for that long, you've got to know that this company is legit and it's got an incredible product, because a company won't be in business for that long if they didn't have something that's adding value to the marketplace. The next thing I just want to quickly share with all of you is the fact that we are a global opportunity. So if you've got customers or potential associates that you want to get on board in different markets, whether it be in East or West or North or South, if we open in that market, we can actually ship the product there, as we've got warehouses all over the world. People will still order through you online, and it'll be shipped to them, and they should receive the product the next 2 to 5 days. So for me, it's very, very nice, especially in the times we are now, where you can build a global opportunity working from your home. The next thing is that Manatic is a public company. So we traded on the NASDAQ. We've actually seen a nice spike in our share price. So for me, it's just, having studied I did a BCom degree. And for me, it was quite important to get involved in something that's legitimate, because I think the last thing that anyone wants to do is get your family and friends involved in something and get shut down, scam, or it's not sustainable. Or so I think for me, I like the fact that it's a public company. We've been a public company for more than 16 years. I mean, since 1999. So that's incredible, just to be part of a company that's listed. It's got shareholders. It gets audited 4 times a year. It's got all these fundamental ethical things it's got to go through to make sure that they are completely transparent to the marketplace. And then, of course, we're also a member of the Direct Selling Association. And this is really an industry, or really at least a body, organization, that really what they do is really to go out and regulate and protect the consumer and protect the industry on a whole. And that's why, in fact, in South Africa, there's only 28 companies that are part of the Direct Selling Association, and they've got a code of conduct. They make sure that people aren't making statements that are just completely absurd, and income claims and all these sorts of things. So we are also obviously part of the Direct Selling Association in South Africa. So just quickly, obviously Manatic's really on 3 different pillars, and Gabby obviously went into a bit of detail about the health and wellness side about it. One of the things that's quite important to mention with all of you is, remember, we're working with a consumable good, which means it runs out every single month. And if you've got a product that runs out every month, it means that you can earn residual income. And we'll get into a bit more detail about that later. But just a few facts about the company it's quite important to share regarding the health and wellness part of this is that we've got the patents, which means it's patents and proprietary. You can't buy these products anywhere else. Next thing, as Gabby alluded to, we've got scientific validation on our technologies. We've got a very disruptive technology. So it's something you can't buy anywhere else. So yes, you might see some negative things about it on Google, but you know what? You can see loads of positive things also. And then of course, we've got a 90-day money-back guarantee on our product, which for me is amazing. In fact, to be part of the Direct Selling Association, you have to legally offer a 30-day money-back guarantee. We offer 90-day because we just a nice company to be part of, and because we feel that our customers will get a lot better results if they get into the habit of taking the products on a monthly basis. And the next part about it is we've got a Mission 5 Million Foundation, which means we link up malnourished kids. Every time you order the product for yourself, you're also making a difference in a child's life in South Africa. So this is not somewhere where you can't see it. It's actually within South Africa, and there are charities all around South Africa get these products every single day. And they get a product called Fighter Brain Fighter, which you can see the score holding up. And the next part about this, obviously, what I'm going to be sharing about is the business part about this. And you know, first of all, for me, what I loved about it was it's something you can do part-time, you can do it from home. It's got a low startup cost. I mean, you'll see a little bit later, it doesn't cost an arm and a leg to start your Manatic business. It actually costs nothing. To be honest with you, you've got opportunity to obviously build international business working from South Africa, or you could really live anywhere in the world if you wanted to, looking at technology and being able to use platforms like Zoom and so forth. And so for me, it's really a turnkey business. It's something where you can just turn the key and get going. You don't have to, it's a business in the box. Everything's been done for you already. It's already been wrapped. You just got to open it up and just get going with it. So just quickly, what a lot of people want to know is, where does the money come from? So great question. So really what happens is, normally in a traditional distribution model, is about 20% of the money would go to production to actually make the product. And then 80% would go into advertising and marketing and shelf space and agents and brokers and so forth. So basically what Manatic is we're a direct selling company, which means we distribute our product directly to the end consumer, which is the customer of these products. And we've got 25, 26 different products. So what we do is we put 56% of the turnover goes into research and development to run the company, to warehousing, pay salaries, all those sorts of things. And then what we do is 44% of the money is left over. We then pay out into commissions to people like me and you to go out there and actually market these products to people, because they've got no sales force. We are the sales force of the company. Manatic doesn't spend any money on billboards or ads and all that sort of stuff. So we share in the 44%. And that goes towards incentives. Like right now, we've got an incentive to Mauritius. A lot of people are probably saying, well, are you going to be able to fly? Well, if you can't go on that incentive, you're going to get the cash equivalent of whatever the trip would have cost. So on to the next slide. And Gabby obviously covered the products, so we're not going to go into that. So, okay. So how do you get involved? Well, you can get involved in two different ways. So on the left-hand side, you'll see it says there, as a customer, and the right-hand side is an associate. So what's the difference? Well, to be a customer is someone that just really wants to use the product. They don't want to build the business. In fact, something very, very important, we need loads of customers. In fact, the FTC says that more than 70% of the people involved in your company have to be end consumers of the product. So we love customers. We're a very, very customer-driven company. So the nice thing with customers is that there's no joining fee to be a customer. You can get up to 20% back in loyalty points if you're using the product on a monthly basis, which means that every month you can get back on what you're spending. You get to buy the product at wholesale price. And the new thing we've just introduced now, which I believe is it's probably the first in the industry, at least the first I've heard of any other company doing this, is where your customers that you have that are just customers using the product can now refer other customers that can actually get more loyalty points. So for me, it's super exciting, because you might have a customer that don't want to build the business, but they're getting great results. Well, if they shared the product with a few of their friends, let's assume you've got a lady that's getting amazing, or man, getting amazing results from the product. If their product was costing them R1,000 a month, as an example, if they referred 4 customers that also use the same products every month, their products would be free, because they'd be getting back R1,000 in loyalty points, because the loyalty points that you get for referring is 25%. So really, really exciting new bonus that we are paying out. The next part about this, and that's obviously probably why you're on the call, is to be an associate. Now, an associate is someone who actually in commissions. They can partake in that 44% that we're paying out into commissions and garden incentives and so forth. Same thing, you can also earn up to 20% back in loyalty points. To be an associate, it costs you 600 Rand. But to be honest with you, you also want to buy, that doesn't include any products. You want to buy some products. I think a good pack would be anything from about 1,500 to about 5,000 Rand to start your business. And if any business people on the call here this evening, you would realize that 5,000 Rand to start a business you can build internationally as scalable as this is nothing. I mean, it's really nothing to start a business. So if you look at the advantages you have with this type of business, obviously same thing, you can get the products wholesale, but now where it really gets exciting is obviously that you can now access the turnkey business, and there are obviously 6 different ways to earn. So the first way you earn is obviously number 1, which is customer bonuses. So it's all derived of customer volume. And the 2 I'm going to talk about specifically there is what we call the power seller bonus and the business development bonus. So basically how this works is when you refer a customer to the products, they go online or you send them a link to buy the product, you earn, just to give you an example, you earn anything from about 10 to about 25% back in commission. So someone buys, as an example we've used here, that buy 4,000 Rand of the product as an example, you will earn back 25% of that, which means you'll earn 1,000 Rand back in cash. And that's called what we call the first order bonus. Sorry, I'm actually a bit of a head here. That's the first order bonus. I should actually swap these around. The first order bonus is where you earn 25% back on any person you introduce on the first order that they place of product, not just on the referral fee, on product. We only pay out in product. So, so someone buys 1,000 Rand of the products, you get 250 Rand back because you're getting 25%. So let's go back to the first one, which is the customer bonuses and power seller bonus. This basically just means on all your customers, every single month, you get between 10 and 15% back on whatever they're using on a monthly basis. So that is pretty straightforward to explain. The mentoring bonus, I don't want to go into too much detail about this. I'm more than happy to make this presentation available. Is when you sign up people personally, so let's assume I introduced Gabby into Manatech, it means that I'm getting incentivized to actually mentor her and help her go through the ranks of the compensation plan. If she doesn't get to those levels, I don't earn anything. But if I gave her to certain ranks, she wins, I win. It's a win-win. The company wins. So it's a win-win-win for all. That's really a nice commission you can earn every month. And the next one is the uni-level commissions. I don't want to go into detail about that, but that's just in the different levels what you earn percentage-wise. And the next one is the leadership check match, which means on leaders you develop, you can actually check match their commissions that they earn up to 20%, which is very, very nice. So if you help someone to earn at 10,000 Rand a month as an example, then you earn 2,000 Rand. You help them in 20,000, you earn 4,000 just on the check match. Very, very nice commission for helping other people. And then of course, the next one is the global bonus pool. And basically what the company does, once you get to bronze presidential, they take all the, they take 1.5% of all the commissions, gets put into a pool, and that you get paid out a share of whatever that share is valued at that month, and you get that paid out in cash. So to give you an idea, last month I think that share was about 18 or 19,000 Rand per share. So and obviously it goes up as you go into different levels, you get more shares in that pool. So on to the next slide. So how does this work? So you on the call this evening for the first time, and how does this work? So the first thing that you want to do is you want to get to what we call 500 points. So think about you've got your own order plus some customers, and together you're ordering about 500 points. That's the first goal that you should be working towards. And that's a product flow. Your order with all your customers' orders. In Rand terms, 500 points is around 6,250 Rand worth of products, give or take. Between 5,000 and about 6,500 Rand worth of product, depending on which product. But once you do that, just your commissions on that should be, if you do that like, in the next week, as an example, then your commissions just on that is going to be about 1,500 Rand. But what's the next step is if you've got 2 associates that you can help do the same thing, then you would become a director, number 1, which means that you are obviously going to be able to earn some uni-level commission. The next thing is you're going to be earning your team 2 commissions because you've helped 2 people get to 500 points. That's called team 2. So they're going to pay you another bonus of 1,000 Rand. So all in all, I mean, at this level, yeah, you can earn anything from about 1,500 Rand all the way up into 2,500 Rand, just for reaching director level, which is obviously a nice level to be at. On to the next slide. So the next one is the silver director. So what you've basically done now is you've signed up 4 different associates. So you've got associate 1 and 2, and now 3 and 4. So it's 4 people you've personally signed up. What have you done now? You've helped them each do 500 points, just like you have. And if you do that, you're going to be what do you call the silver director. You've got more than 2,500 points. Silver directors can earn anything from about 1,500 all the way up into about 6,000 a month. Because number 1, you can earn what we call the team 2 bonus, which is a 2,500 Rand. You can earn obviously your power seller bonuses, your uni-level commissions, all those sorts of things. I don't want to go into too much detail because that's not that important. What I want to encourage you is there's a nice fast start bonus. So if you can do this within your first complete month of being part of the company, which means if you sign up today, you've got a whole month to do that. Get your 2 or get your 4, then you can actually double these commissions. I would encourage you to do that if you can. Of course, as you can see at the top right-hand side here, there's only right now 4 people that are actually 5 people, including you, that are building the business. The rest of the people are all customers. Now you can obviously see if you duplicate this, then there's going to be a lot more people involved. And then of course you'll be what we call a silver executive director, which is 10,000 points. And there's actually a level before that called executive director, which is about 6,000 points, where you earn anything from about 3.5 to about 10. But then, but onto the silver executive director level. Now, obviously, if you've duplicated that, you're on 10,000 points. You earn anything from about 7,500 Rand up into about 20,000 Rand a month. And basically, there's obviously you can still earn all those other commissions, but that's just to give you a rough idea. That's what you can earn. It depends on your structure, how many customers you've got, how many people you've helped, what your check match is, what your mentoring bonus is. It can all influence why someone at this level could earn 20,000 Rand and someone could earn 10,000 Rand. And then there's a level in between silver executive and presidential called gold executive director, which is 20,000 points, which is anything between about 15,000 and about 30,000 a month. And then the next one is presidential director, which is when you've got about 40,000 points in your organization, and you've basically now helped your 4 people you've signed up each get to silver executive director because they've helped their people each get to silver director. So think about it like this. So you've helped 4 people get to silver director, you become a silver executive director. You help 4 people get to silver executive and you become a presidential. So that's basically the long and the short. In a perfect world, it obviously doesn't always work that way. Then of course the bronze presidential is the next level, which is about 80,000 points in your organization. So everything works on product flow. And this is obviously monthly incomes that you're earning. It's give or take about 80,000 a month. Silver presidential is around 120,000 a month. It can be a lot more, it can be a little bit less. Gold presidential, you know, that checks probably anything from about 150,000 to about 250,000, to be honest with you. And I can obviously share this with you because I've been a gold presidential director before. So I've got a very good idea what those checks should be. And then of course the last one, platinum presidential, and that can range anything from 250 all the way up to 500 or even a lot more than that, depending on the structure. So basically that's in very, very short, just quickly about how the compensation plan works. I think what I'm going to suggest is if there's any questions, then get back to the person invited in the call, and I'm more than happy to get any of those questions answered for you. But just in closing, it's such a great opportunity because where else can you start a business for the amount this cost and be part of a legitimate company? I mean, there's so many schemes and things going around there. If you're going to do this, you might as well do it with a company that's going to be around for the next 25 years. So I hope that's helped, and I hope that's been of value. And I just want to close and just thank everyone for sharing this evening. I think it's obviously been our first call we've done, and I think it's been a great success. And we've got about 25 people on the call here this evening, but I have no doubt that if we can promote this and we can, get more people on board, without a doubt, we'll see in the next month, we'll probably have between 50 and 100 people on the call if we're all going out there and sharing with new people. So thank you very much to all of you. Have a great evening. Enjoy the rest of your week, and God bless. Thank you.